I'm sorry, maybe it's just me, but I feel like I have a voice. I have my own thoughts, my own fears, my own concerns, and I don't believe in those who say they speak on my behalf. I don't believe in those that say they represent me. They represent us. They represent our fears, our concerns, that they fight for us. You know what? I could fight for myself, and I think that all the people out there have a right to take a stand on their own and not have to rely on others to do the fighting for them. We have a voice, and I refuse to accept silence as an acceptable solution. Does that make me wrong? Does that make me unpopular? Well, I'll tell you this, I really don't care. Do you really think I do this to be popular? Do you really think I do this to get a reaction? Do you really think that I do this because I want to be loved by everybody because I'm getting something out of this? No, I do this because I feel better saying and speaking my mind, saying what's in my heart, saying what's in my soul, putting out my own thoughts. This is not left versus right, right's better than left, left's better than right. This is common sense. And if that makes me unpopular, I'll tell you this, I really don't care, because I am not about being politically correct. And if you are about being politically correct, then maybe this isn't a podcast for you. This isn't a radio show for you. This isn't where you belong. But if you're somebody with common sense and sees through the lies and the smoke screens and the diversions and feels like they want to be heard and be a part of something more, then this is where you belong. This is where you are welcome with open arms to be a part of it. Yes, people, this is where I say things that need to be said without fear, without concern, and I don't care how others view them. I don't care how the critics feel or think or dissect my words. I'm speaking my mind because I'm an American citizen and I have the right to free speech, and I'm going to utilize that right, and I'm going to execute that right as loud as I possibly can and as many times as I possibly can, because I'm a citizen of the greatest country in the world, and I believe that all of you have been lied to, misrepresented, and screwed over just like I have. So ladies and gentlemen, this is for you, this is for me, and this is for those out there that care about reclaiming the sovereignty of this great nation. This is for all of you who are ready to do more than just sit idly by and accept what we're force-fed, accept the lies, accept what we're told to be the norm. No. We will decide what's right for us. We will decide what's best for us. We will decide because we are the people and we have a voice. That's just my opinion. This is Voice of the People USA Radio. I am Daniel Smariglio, the president and founder of Voice of the People USA and Voice of the People USA Radio. This is my little daily podcast. These are my thoughts, these are my rants, and I assure you, they're not for the faint of heart. I will be explicit, I will be blunt, but that's just how I am. That's just how I roll, and that's what I do. With that, time to cut the crap and get to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Voice of the People USA, Voice of the People USA Radio, and we are coming to you live on Spreaker. Time to cue the intro because I love it, it inspires me, and I hope it inspires you. Here we go. morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dan Sperglio, in case you couldn't tell by the extremely long intro commercial. It's been so long since I've listened to that, and it is extremely painful. Damn. Anyway, I, obviously, am the president and founder of Voice of the People USA, in case you missed that, and the America Rising Initiative. And I guess the founder of Voice of the People USA Radio. It's been a while, and needless to say, I don't usually do these podcasts in the morning, so this is kind of a new thing for me, but what the hell, right? And I see that we have live listeners, so thank you, and welcome to the ones that have sent emails and have missed these podcasts and missed the radio shows. I first have to say, what's wrong with you? I guess I'm asking you that. But at the same time, thank you. I do appreciate the support and the fact that you actually bear with me and listen to this horrible voice. To the critics, to all my critics, well, I'm sorry. 2014 is going to suck for you because, believe me, there is so much forthcoming, and I'm not going to go away, and I'm not going to shut up, and, well, now you have something to exist for again. A new, found, and renewed, reinvigorated hope that you could spend your lives sitting behind your computers finding new things to say about this evil little person from Pennsylvania. So, I've missed you all, and to all my haters, thank you for the support. So, a merry belated Christmas, does that count? I don't know. A happy early New Year? Not quite sure if that's appropriate or not, but nevertheless, there are so many things, as you see in the title, so many things that I've been absolutely sick and disgusted and everything else about. I mean, my God. Has our country gone to a new level of hell? Has society just fallen into the depths of patheticness that much more? I've been away for a few months, and yeah, some people will, I think you think that I'm on like a vacation or something or whatever. No. It's called, as always, life happens. And yes, I was away for months. But, back now. And of course, for those who don't know, the Spreaker shows, these podcasts are me. Yes, it is me talking into a microphone, staring at a computer, and saying whatever the hell's on my mind, and that gets kind of special sometimes, to say the very least. This is what I do. This is my therapy. This is how I release what's inside of me. It makes me feel good. It gives me that warm and fuzzy feeling that I feel so great about at night, Now, Voice of the People USA Radio on Blog Talk Radio. That show will be returning in about 2 weeks' time. We're going to go to a live format. We're going to do 3 shows a week. But it is all just the prelude for the long promised and now finally going to execute Voice of the People USA Radio station. Yes! 24/7 radio. Why? I'll tell you. Because on Spreaker, which I do like this system, I do like this format, if you will. It's nice, but it costs a lot of money to do this every month. Blog Talk Radio, it costs a lot of money to do that every month. So what I want to do, and we've reached out to various people who actually sent down emails to me a while back. I was late. Sorry. Other people who have radio shows online, AM radio, etc. And other people who want to have their own shows but don't want to pay the astronomical prices to these companies to actually run their shows online. What we're going to do is do our own radio station devoid of all that, and we are going to offer all those people slots to have their own internet radio talk shows at a much better rate than them. I wish it could all be free, but it won't be. But instead of paying $30 a month, you could pay $5 a month and get the same damn thing. So it's our little way of doing what we can to make life easier and give more people the chance to be heard. More people the chance to experience things that they want to experience and do what they want to do and blah, 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 blah. It's goodwill, maybe. I don't know. So that's forthcoming. So now that we've gone through all of that, you know, there's no timetable of events. There's no pre-written thing here. I don't write down ideas for a show. I don't write down, my thoughts on paper and say, I want to talk about this first, or I want to talk about this first. No, it's completely random. And yes, I do get explicit because it's what I do. And quite honestly, one of the motivating things besides all of you out there that actually support what I do, which quite honestly, all joking aside, I mean, you guys are all the reason that I do this because you inspire me and you give me hope. And I can never thank you enough for that. But also, I realized in 2013, I wasn't on a certain list. And not being on that list killed me. It killed me. So, 2014, we have to change that. We have to return to normalcy. So I promise you, in 2014, Voice of the People USA, we will return to the Southern Poverty Law Center's hate list. Yes! I love being ridiculed and prejudiced against and all that other wonderful things. I miss that. I do. So, again, to touch on the critic side of things, all of you inspire me as well, because all you do when you go online, you write these little hate blogs about me, and some just as recently as a month ago, and I gotta ask, what the hell's wrong with you? I haven't done anything in quite some time, so you really need to pull your head out of your ass and wake up and realize that you look like the fool, but thank you! Thank you! The more you hate and the more you write about, it's free publicity. You see, I have a publicist, but I don't pay for it. She's one of those good people that actually does things for free because she cares. So, therefore, I can't afford all the expensive press releases and all that other wonderful stuff. So, when you write those things online about me, all you're doing is offering free advertising. So, I can't thank you enough. With that, there's something serious that I need to address. Something important, if you will. I don't have television, as longtime listeners know, and newbies, well, welcome to the world. So, last week, I was sitting in a doctor's office, and in that doctor's office, there was a television, and on that television was something so fantastic that it is actually making an appearance on my podcast. Yes, something truly ingenious and awe-inspiring. It was a show. I'm guessing a news show. I don't know. But I don't like to talk about it, but I feel as if I have to. Paternity Court. Yes! Paternity Court. I watched this show against my own will. Watching people, well, one female, she was 18, and she had 4 would-be daddies, baby daddies, for her 1-year-old child. They're up there and they're arguing about how much a hoe, if you will, I'm actually quoting, the baby mama is, and they're all up there talking about the parties where she had sex with this man and this man and this man and this man and this man all within the same 2 or 3 days and whatever else. And then the judge, if you will, was keeping things in line and reminding people that, there's a child involved here. That there's things more important than your whining and complaining and moaning and your childish antics and all this other wonderful crap. And you'll be happy to know that the fourth guy was the baby daddy. Now, why do I bring this up? Why? Because this is what's on TV. And we have this would-be judge or whatever the hell she is talking as if she's this voice of reason. Talking as if, she's going to say something so monumentally complex that's going to change the course of history for this person. You know what I wanted somebody to say is, what the hell is wrong with you? If you want to be promiscuous, if you will, okay, strap on a rubber, all right? What somebody should have said was, you sound like a bitchy slut whore, and your child is screwed. How about that? Is that too harsh? Should I appeal to my liberal senses and say, that poor woman? That poor woman! No. But this is the kind of crap that's on TV. And it mind numbs me that this is what we're subjected to. This is what people see. You have your reality shows, you have, all this other wonderful crap, but this is important television right here. Yes. It blew my mind. Was there any relevant reason why I brought that up? Probably not. But still, it blew my damn mind. I've never seen such a miraculous display of patheticness, of disgust, of things that just sicken you. And people applauding. They're applauding! Oh, yes! Yes! Baby mama made a right statement there. Calling him a gold-digging, whatever. I don't speak Ebonics or whatever slang crap they were using. But, way to empower this type of behavior, this type of mindset. Is this any indication of where our country's at? This is what we focus on, huh? Does good in the ratings, too, apparently. That's exciting. Yay. And there's more and more people lining up to go on paternity court. Fantastic. Last week, Thursday, Texas, a good person who came to America for the search of a better life. One of our good friends, good people, an illegal alien. I don't remember his name. Yeah, he was arrested after raping a 3-year-old with cerebral palsy and killing her, and an 11-year-old with Down syndrome, putting her into a coma. Another wonderful story about the illegal aliens' plight for acceptance in the country. Oh, and don't worry to all the little idiots out there who want to call me a racist. This illegal was from Korea. But, just to even it out, an illegal alien from Honduras raped and murdered a 13-year-old in Arizona last week. So, do you feel better now? I evened it out. Yay! Excuse me while I light my cigarette. The things that make me happy in life. So, we have illegals, obviously, quantifying our situation in America, exploding at a rapid rate. We have the little liberal bleeding heart idiot assholes sitting there justifying their existence and how they're all just such hard workers. They're such hard workers. They only come here for a better life. We have that. Then we have military benefits being stripped in the NDAA. People don't talk about that. No, they're too focused on the Duck Dynasty. Yeah, Duck Dynasty. Oh, the guy said that gays aren't allowed to get married in his church. So they kicked him off the show. And there we have all our heroes, all our Tea Party heroes, jumping up, taking a stand for this Duck Dynasty guy. While Obama signs into law a bill that essentially neuters, rapes, and destroys military benefits to 86% of all our armed forces in one fell swoop, and nobody knows. Nobody talks about it. Nobody outraged. Yeah. Great way to show how blind, ignorant, naive, and pathetic we truly can be when we focus on such stupid things that are more important in the media, right? Your country is being sold out. Your freedoms are being taken from you every day, more and more. And again, rest assured, I am not just preaching right-wing conservative politics, because let me reiterate this for those who know. I'm sorry for repeating myself. For those who don't know, understand who I am and what I am. I am a conservative. I am a registered Republican. I am also a free thinker, an independent thinker, if you will, and I know common sense from rhetorical bullshit. Yes, I use profane language at times. It's called Dan's podcast, right? Anyway, Republicans, and I know this involves and incorporates many of the little Tea Party heroes, Republicans suck just as much as the Democrats suck. We have no saving grace. One isn't better than the other. We are equally screwed, all right? Please believe that I am not an advocate for one or the other. You know what I'm an advocate for? You know what I think more often than not? I think people need to pull their head out of their own asses. I think people need to wake up and realize that you actually have a voice. You have a mind. You have the ability to free thinking. Does that even make sense? I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but whatever. The quicker people realize that you are not a sheep, that you are not a conformist, that you are not a controllable portion of the electorate, the better off we'll all be. But more and more, we see control and conformity preached from the government down, from the media down. It's a constant cycle. We focus more in this country on some little pathetic, rich, whatever the hell you want to call her, Miley Cyrus. We focus more on that than we do on the state of our economy, the state of our intelligence, the state of our national security. This is what's been ingrained into the public's mindset. They don't know any better. This is more newsworthy. Really? Healthcare. Everybody all up to speed in what's going on in the healthcare thing, the Affordable Health Care Act, huh? $440 a month for affordable health care for those who don't have health care. And if you don't pay it, you get fined, and then you get penalized. And I guess eventually, inevitably, they can suspend your license and put you in jail for not taking government force-fed health care. Is that considered something that makes us better? Is that considered something that makes you healthier? Is that something that we could celebrate? Americans captured in Syria, tortured, eventually released. Let's celebrate. People, I know that I ramble on and on incoherently at times, and I say these random freaking things, but I just can't stress to you enough how I don't understand. I don't understand how people could be so naive and be so blinded by such apparent stupidity that you allow yourselves to become a shell of a human being, that you allow yourselves to be numb to what goes on around you, because you know what? It all affects you. It all affects you. It all affects me. We are more than screwed. We're in a bad way. But yet pop culture is more important to us than what actually goes on. Okay? We care more about the crap we see on TV than we do anything else. Why? And you know what's funny? It's entertaining to me. People play a role. They do things for attention, and they get the attention. Do you understand that? And I know, again, I'm speaking in circles because it's what I do. All right? It's what I do. For anybody who's listened to this podcast before, you know that I am just very, very random and I get loud at times. There you go. But I don't knock the people who do the things they do to get attention because they get the attention. Look at Charlie Sheen a couple years ago. You know, everybody was all wrapped up in Charlie Sheen, you know, about his life. You know what I thought about Charlie Sheen? I thought he was freaking great. I thought he was ingenious. He single-handedly revived his own career. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I thought it was fantastic. And no, I'm not sitting here saying I support drug abuse and blah, 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 blah. So save the crap. But at the same time, good for him. Just like Miley Cyrus being this headline-grabbing, always on the news type thing, you know, whatever. It's because she was smart. I don't hate her for it. She used what she knew would work to get her attention. And it's entertaining. It's truly, truly entertaining. And that's what people don't get. That's what people don't understand. Some people out there are smart enough to see that so many out there are that blind to reality that it's easy to dominate their train of thought. It's easy to get the attention. But the things that deserve the attention, the things that people should be talking about and pissed off about, nobody says anything about. Don't get me wrong. Now, when I go on Facebook, and again, for those who don't know, understand this. I'm on Facebook. Voice of the People USA Radio's on Facebook. America Rising's on Facebook. I use it as a tool. But I go on there and I see all these people with their wonderful ideas to save the world via Facebook. We're going to hold an event on Facebook, and that's going to save America. And it's supported by the Tea Party Patriots. I'm never going to stop being mystified enough by this. Do you realize how stupid you sound? Do you realize how shallow you appear? How many people attend your little imaginary event on Facebook, and they attend this little event and do what with it? What changes because of it? What outcome is actually generated from that? What is better? What gets saved? What happens? What is done? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You fall in line. You all know how to fall in line. You march lockstep with the ways they look and suit to control you. And you're okay with that. Tea Party. You heard me mention it a few times. And again. For those who don't know, Tea Party supporters, I support you. I'm fine with anybody that's willing to go out there, be active, stand up for what you believe in, etc. All right? I really am. But for the Tea Party groups that make hundreds of millions of dollars to fix this broken government, at the same time, they have done nothing. Absolutely nothing except become a new lobbyist group in DC. What have we achieved? What have we gotten? Oh, they got the 2010 Congress elected. They got the 2012 Congress elected. Republican controlled. Newsflash, the Republican-controlled Congress has a lower approval rating than the Democrats. So, great way to screw that up even more. These people don't care about you. They care about your money. They take your money, and you give, and you give, and you give. Wake the hell up and realize you're being played, you're being used, you're being manipulated. It doesn't take much. Again, I will repeat this till I'm dead in the ground. Give us your money to protest the government taking your money. Do you not see that as wrong? Have you seen anything improved? The Tea Party raised millions to defeat Obamacare. Did it work? But where'd that money go? Huh? Where'd that money go? Wake up! Wake up and realize when you're being used. It doesn't take much. Do I have the answers for the problems? No. You know what I am? I'm an advocate for free speech. I'm somebody who believes in the power of the people. I'm somebody that believes if you're going to get 1 million people in D.C., you get 1 million people in D.C., you do that, right? Don't just do it to have a stupid rally with $100,000 paid speakers. No. Get 1 million people. Walk into the halls of Congress and petition the Congress and say you are executing your right. Executing your right, and you are reclaiming these halls for a constitutional convention. Do you know that we have the right to do that? Does anybody realize that? You want to really talk about change? Everything's change, right? That's how you make change. What do we do with it from that point? Who the hell knows? But you see, the difference from gathering like mindless drones and being that mark and being that tool that billionaires utilize to get richer, taking control your own way. When we held our rallies, you know what we would do? We would shut down the middle of streets. We would shut down state capitals. We would do it in the middle of the day at the most inconvenient times. Why? To make a point, to show the power that the people truly have. And you know what we didn't take from them? We didn't take their money to do it. We didn't say we need thousands and millions of dollars in order to have a rally. No, you need people ballsy enough, willing enough, capable enough to stand up on their own. And I am proud. I am proud of the fact that at these rallies that we've held in the past, we've had conservatives, we've had liberals, we've had non-voters, we've had Christians, we've had atheists, we've had them all. And you know what? They all came and they stood together because they believed in something and they were on the same page with something that was more important than whatever their ideologies were. It was about finding a common ground and coming together for one good. Imagine that. And people could say, and people have said, well, what have you changed? Am I backed by billion-dollar companies? Am I backed by... I'm not even going to go there. We had a couple ordinances created. We stopped a couple unconstitutional ordinances. We had elected officials literally investigated and thrown into jail. We stopped unfair property reassessment taxes, things of that nature. We've done our part on such a minuscule level, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that not because it's something that I could say that, look what I did. It's something that we did together by making enough of a scene that people had to listen to what we were talking about. All right? And that's important to me. That's important to me because it shows people have enough courage to stand up and be heard. People have it in them, and they want to be heard. They want to be noticed. They want to be seen. They want to stand up for something that they believe in, something that faces them every single day, that's oppressing the people of this country, right, left, or not. It's common sense. There is a better way. And do you know why Voice of the People USA, and myself included, had so much hatred thrown our way? Do you know why we had so many critics, so many things, so many press releases going out talking about how bad we were and how evil racist we were? Because they wanted to shut us up. Why? Why would so many national entities spend so much time and effort to shut us up, to silence us, to make us look bad, to make us targets, if you will, to blackball us, to blacklist us, or whatever you want to call it? Why? Because they were afraid. They were afraid of the fact that we did something that others couldn't do. We didn't ask for your money. We didn't ask for your souls. We asked for your self-pride. We asked for you to be a part of something, not a participant. You see? There's a difference there. That is the greatest honor. That is the greatest gift ever received. I promise you, there is so much more work to be done. There is so much more that has to be done, that needs to be done. And up next, I'm going to talk about something that, yet again, for everybody who wants to simply believe what they read online, I'm going to dispel your beliefs and dispel your dronish, uneducated, whatever. I'm going to talk about civil rights because, again, it was in the news. And again, it's something that I'm going to continue to address. Now, forthcoming, VOP, we are going to be holding rallies again. We're coming back. We have a couple big things in order, and it's all lined up and it's all coming together. This is the year that we're going back to where it counts the most, on the ground. We are grassroots 1,000% of the way. I love it. I love going broke, paying for bullshit licenses and insurances and all this other crap to hold these rallies. And I will never ask for money because it's about taking the initiative and doing something that you believe in and investing in a future that's worth having, that's worth fighting for. So, this year is going to be quite a crazy year. It's going to be fun. I miss the greatest thing in the world. The thousands upon thousands of people that have attended our rallies, and I don't say mine, our rallies. And they stand in unison for something more. I miss that. And I feel that many of you, I've read your emails. I've received literally thousands of emails from people who want to say, I was right about the Tea Party. I was right about this. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. I don't want you to sit there and listen to everything I'm saying and say, he's right. I'm going to follow what he's saying. No, don't follow me. Follow yourselves. Believe in yourself. You have your own convictions. Fight for them. Stand up for them. Be who you are. Don't follow anybody except yourself. That is something that I preach time and time again. I don't care who loves me or who hates me. I don't care how people view me. What I care about is being a catalyst to be that person to say that you are better than what you're told that you are. You are more than what is suppressed. You are more than what your party dictates to you. You're bigger than what a group you pay a membership to says you're allowed to be. You're more than that. Realize it, accept it, embrace it, and enforce it. So, with that, we're going to play another song. And then, when I come back, in just a couple minutes, I'm going to talk about civil rights. Because this is a very important issue that needs and must be addressed. And I cannot let it go. And I'm going to continue to scream about it time and time and time again until people realize this is actually happening. This is what's taking place. It's up to us to do something about it, successful or not. As long as we try, that's what counts. I am Dan Spariglio. I hate my last name. And I will be back in just a few minutes. Bear with me. Did everybody enjoy that musical interlude? It's loud. It's to make sure that you're all still awake. I don't know. Paying attention. According to my little Spreaker analytical whatever the hell it is, we apparently have a decent amount of live listeners. We actually increased in the past 20 minutes. I don't know how that is, but again, you always find ways to surprise me. So thank you for that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with me. And again, my completely random rantings about various things. I'm not very good at being, humbled, if you will. But you always find ways to surprise me. And again, it means the world to me that you actually take the time to support me. So thank you. And, well, I'm back. This is Dan Sperglio of Voice of the People USA and Voice of the People USA Radio. And that music playing is fun for me. It's the instrumental for Hate Me Now. And it is always better to be hated for your beliefs when people firmly know who you are and what you are. And I'd rather be hated because of what I've actually said and what I've actually done than bullshit online crap. Make sense? I don't know. I've taken the time to reflect, maybe. I've taken the time to think about these things, and I just wanted to say that out loud. I'm a different sort, people. I am just one person speaking my mind, because I have the right to do so, just like all of you. Have I fought for that right? Yes, I have. And I'm proud of that fact. But all of you have that same right, have that same reason to be heard, because your words, your thoughts, your opinions matter. Realize that, accept it, understand it, and believe it. Is that so wrong to say? Anyway. Yes, I'm smoking again, because it makes me happy, still. And this is how I keep my nerves completely and totally sane. I'm a little rusty because it's been a while. But, have I ever been that good? So, now we move on to something that I really want to talk about. Again, because I've spoken about it before, so I'm going to speak about it again. This was from, I think, the New York Post or the Washington Times or whatever it may be. Whatever source that I actually checked. And again, I think it's Senator Martinez or one of those, I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 that you always hear about in the news that are always big on this. But, Civil Rights Act Addendum. Yes, the Civil Rights Act Addendum. They're lobbying and pushing for Barack Obama in 2014 to sign into law an addendum to the Constitution under the Civil Rights Act to include illegal alien rights. Yes. Apparently, their argument is that everybody in this country illegally deserves to be constitutionally protected under the Civil Rights Amendment. That, in a nutshell, sums it up. So, whether it be by land or by sea, you come to this country illegally. You come here breaking the law upon arrival. This is not about race. This is not, despite what the critics may say, and they will try to scare you, because it's easy. Because we hear these red-hot words they use to shut people up. You're a racist. No, there are racists out there. Believe me, there are racists out there. And to the true blue racists of the world, let me be very adamant. You disgust me. You sicken me. I loathe you as much as I do any of my worst critics, because racism is so pathetic. You are pathetic. People who hate somebody because they look different, because they think different, because they have a different faith, because they're gay, not straight, they're bisexual, not straight, hate somebody because they speak differently than you. If you subscribe to that, and I know I always get linked to these people, well, that's just called people trying to make somebody else look bad, all right? It's common sense. If you subscribe to that and you agree with what I'm saying, please know that I don't want your support. I don't give a damn about whether you like what I have to say or not, because if I had the opportunity, I would spit in your face and tell you what a vile piece of trash I think you are. So, I hope I've made that clearly stated. And again, before I go into my little tirade, if you will, my family consists of a legal immigrant from Mexico, Puerto Ricans, African Americans, which I hate that terminology. Just so you know, African American, you're an American, bottom line, okay? But nevertheless, my grandmother, when she was alive, she chose to be Jewish. I'm a hybrid, okay? My family is diverse. Different denominations, different ethnicities, and I love them. I love the fact that I come from a diverse background. All right? So, for everybody that wants to think that I walk lockstep with the Sig Heil crowd, Hitler would have killed me too. I'm an Italian Irish. All right? So, let's just get that straight. And to all my little buddies out there to think I'm some type of right-wing whatever, yeah, I am a conservative. Understand the true meaning of conservative, because you don't. And I am a registered Republican. Whoop-de-friggin' do. But at the same time, I have different beliefs than what I'm supposed to have. All right? Gay marriage, let them get married. What else? There's so many different things. I love animals too. I'm not a hunter, so I guess that makes me a liberal, right? Because I love animals. I don't know. I've missed the many criticisms and things that I've received. You see, I'm my own person with my own beliefs. Imagine that, huh? Imagine that. All of you out there are entitled to your own beliefs as well. And you don't have to feel as if you're wrong for being who you are and what you are and thinking the way that you think. It's okay. Damn the condemnation that comes from any church, from any media outlet, from any political party, from any group. You are who you are. Own it. Be about it. What is so wrong with that? What is so wrong with being proud to say that you are this or you are that? I know it's so easy to subscribe to the rhetoric and the crap, but when I see somebody that's preaching liberal ideology, if you will, okay, and immediately you go on some chat rooms and you see on Facebook or whatever the hell else it is, they get attacked because you're a leftist, you're a liberal, you're this, you're that, you're this. You know what? Shut up. Do you know how stupid you look when you do that? You are exactly what you're claiming they are. You are not the final word. What you think isn't what everybody else has to think. people are entitled to their own beliefs. I agree with some things people on, let's break it down so we make it easy for people to understand. What some people on the left say. And I agree with what things people say on the right, some things that people say on the right, you know? Does that make me a bad person? Luckily, I don't care. But what's so wrong with that? Who are we to judge anybody? Who are we to judge another person for speaking out loud what they think, what they feel? I support it. I support those who want and have enough courage to go out and speak their mind, to organize rallies, to put their thoughts out there. Whether I agree with the topic at hand or not, I support them, and I appreciate them being brave enough to stand up and be heard. Now, not the corporate back crap. That I can never get behind. Don't deceive. Don't lie about who you are just to try to capitalize on somebody else's anger and outrage, and you try to bottle it and sell it and get rich off of it. That sickens me. Left or right, that sickens me. And you know, and all these politicos and whatever else, they spend so much time on the electorate, the 90 million people who vote. They spend all their efforts on them because they want to get elected. They want to achieve something, right? But what about the other 230 million people, I think it is, that aren't considered a part of that electorate because they choose not to vote? Damn them, right? Screw them. Why? They don't have a voice? Is it wrong to think that our voting system is flawed and a failed process, that the Electoral College is bullshit? And I know I'll get emails from those breaking down the historical significance of an Electoral College. I'll do you this in advance, all right? Save it and shove it, because I don't care. You're not going to change who I am and what I think and what I feel. You'll want the people to feel like they're a part of something. Make them actually be a part of something. Make their vote count for something. Make their words matter instead of using them and condemning them and preaching to them and appealing to this sense that your polling committee says that they have, or talk to this crowd because they subscribe to these beliefs but don't talk about this subject, but this crowd, they don't subscribe to that, so change who you are and conform to talk to them. Screw you. What is so wrong about speaking openly and honestly and being real? When you are that way, when you are yourself and strong enough to actually put your convictions out there, you will receive hatred. You will receive condemnation. And when you do not fold and die because of it. Accept it, embrace it, and realize that you have made that much of an impact, that people have taken the time to attack you, to condemn you. Let it empower you. How about that? Don't think you're wrong because somebody writes a hit piece on you. Don't think you're wrong because this group says that you're bad because of this. Screw them. Nobody can judge you for being you. Bottom line. With that, see how I go off on random little rants and things? You know, I can't control it. It just comes out of me. This is my therapy. Again, I will repeat that. This is my therapy. This is how I make myself feel better, by saying what's on my mind. So, if you don't agree, tune out. If you do agree, great. So, back to civil rights. That's my phone ringing. Anyway. Explain to me how the plight of the illegal alien. Oh, and don't worry, there's only 11 million illegals in the country. So say Obama's people, so say the right. Because remember, when Democrats were going to push for amnesty for all illegal aliens, Republicans were going to stop it because they had their own way of fixing that problem. Yes, they were going to get rid of Barack Obama's amnesty, and their plan was amnesty. Yes! Creative, forward thinking, truly amazing. Right? 11 million. 10 years ago, it was 12 million. So somewhere in a decade, we lost 1 million. That is what we call bullshit. We're in upwards of, at this point, a fair guesstimation, if you will, somewhere around 45 to 50 million illegals in this country. And this is like a commercial I have to recite over and over again. Illegal has no race. Illegal has no denomination. Okay? Illegal has no gender. For anybody who thinks otherwise, don't listen to what I have to say. Alright? It's amazing how when I talk about illegals, I'll get a hit piece done on me saying that I'm condemning all Hispanics. You're the ones that just gave it a race, not me. I didn't do that. You did. There's as many illegals from Asia as there are from South America. Alright? Like, just stop. Just stop. But I digress. Tell me how somebody coming here for a better life, and you know what? I'm going to be back in 1 minute because work is calling. And this happens sometimes, so I'll be back in just a couple minutes to finish my thought. Bear with me. Thank you.
Trusting in the sanity and restraint of the United States is not an option. Go home and die.
I'm back to put it in motion. I'm back to tell you no lies. Sit back and sip on this notion. I'm back to put it in drive. I'm back. I'm back to cause a commotion. I'm back to demoralize. Sit back and feel the emotion. I'm back to keep it alive. I'm back. When the sound goes boom, what you gonna do? Make a move, motherfucker. When the sound goes boom, what you gonna do? Make a move, motherfucker. When the sound goes boom, when the sound goes boom, I'm back to put it in motion. I'm back to re-emphasize. Get back, don't need your promotion. I'm back to keep it alive.
Don't you love when life comes into play and interrupts when you're trying to do things? See? I'm a real person, just like all of you. Anyway, I apologize for that brief little interlude there. Now let me return to what I was saying. You say you come to America for a better life. You say you come here because you want to live the American dream. Now, I think our immigration process needs to be completely reworked and easier because we punish those who want to come here the right way. Essentially, it's what happens. And I know, the Numbers USA crowd and all those wonderful groups that are for immigration enforcement, but want to end immigration altogether because they're real heroes, right? They make about $160 million a year, by the way. Keep giving them money. Send those faxes. You're really saving America. Anyway, they think that ending immigration is a problem. No, fixing immigration is the first step. I have many friends, business owners, regular everyday people that have migrated to this country and they had to be separated from their families for years. All these various things. They had to go through hardships just to come to America. I applaud them and I support them, and I think that's freaking incredible. They took that sacrifice just to become an American citizen. What's so wrong about that? Why do they get the short end of the stick and get treated just like all of us? Because we had to support those who sneak across or come via water or whatever the hell it may be. They come here illegally. They purchase Social Security cards, birth certificates, and driver's licenses on the street. and like, your common drugs. And we should support them. They deserve protection. They deserve to be rewarded because they took the extra effort to come here via breaking the law. I say to hell with that. I say it is not the taxpayer's responsibility, and that includes millions and millions of legal immigrants that came to this country and make our country a better place and pay in to our corrupt taxation system that pay in to everything. Why should all of us foot the bill for them? Why should we be force-fed their bills for health care, their bills for food, for this, for that, while the real people that need help can't get it, while the real disabled people can't get disability, while veterans are living on the street? Why? Why? And protection under the Civil Rights Act. Because every single illegal immigrant comes to this country and they're put in chains, right? They're whipped and beaten and not allowed to be considered human beings, right? Listen, I am not a supporter of reparations, please believe this. But in today's day and age, black people in this country, their history is quite flawed because of atrocities committed to them because they look different. That is disgusting. So, we've come to a time in this country where, for the most part, tolerance is okay. And it's about damn time. The Civil Rights Act inclusion to the Constitution was to treat people, like equals, like human beings. It should have never even taken that. All right? But regardless, what they endured, what they went through, was unfair, unjust, some would say ungodly. They earned the right to be protected via the Constitution. There's no other way around it. Tell me how an illegal who comes here, steals somebody's identity, and gets all these wonderful, magical things, and I've gone down and I've broken this down time and time and time and time again. But explain to me why. Explain to me why they deserve to be protected under that act. We get it. They're human beings, but you know what else they are? They're criminals upon arrival. And if they choose not to conform to the system and be an actual American, but be something else, to be something else, to live a lie, to not be a part of this system, flawed or not, I don't see how they deserve any protection. We sure as hell don't treat them like trash. They get treated better than most regular citizens do every day of the week. So, for anybody to sit there and think that it's okay for illegal aliens to be protected, not the legal immigrants, no, not the legals, only the illegals, to be protected under the Civil Rights Act is one of the greatest atrocities I've ever heard in my life, and it's been spoken about for years. And in 2014, they're finally moving it to the floor. What is anybody going to do about it? Anybody talking about it? No. Society's too caught up in everything else, right? We still have all these people going off in the Tea Party world about, all the billionaires at Freedom Works and scumbags such as that talking about Obamacare, we have to defeat Obamacare. Guess what? You're not defeating it. It's done. Accept it. Shut up. Move forward. All right? I don't like it. But it's called truth. It's called realism. Face reality. Understand that we cannot allow people to impede upon an amendment to our Constitution, an act into our Constitution that protects the very sanctity of life, that protects people from being treated as anything other than people. Illegals don't deserve that. They don't deserve it. what the African American community. I'm a friend of Alan Keyes, and Alan Keyes is the one who I still think so poignantly stated that he's not an African American, he is an American, and he doesn't separate himself, and I love that. I love that saying, so I'm not saying that to be crude or crass or whatever. I'm saying it because it's how I feel. But nevertheless, the African American community, what they've endured historically. Now, sitting here and wanting things given to you because of what happened, all right, yeah, that's a whole nother debate. All right, I understand that. But what they endured as compared to what illegals are enduring are very different, people. And who the hell are we? Who the hell are we to sit by and say, oh, they deserve that. They deserve to be protected under that. No, they don't. I had the joy about a year ago or so, a good friend of mine, Ted Hayes, he has a radio show, America's Black Shield, and it's something he does with the African American community, against illegal immigration and unfair taxation, things of that nature. Well, he was off one week, and I actually hosted his show for him, and that was a whole different venue. I know that goes against the online criticisms of me because I'm such an evil person, but that was such a great experience, and I spoke about this then. And now we've gone full force, and it's actually going to be brought to the floor in 2014. People, we really, really, really need to understand the difference between what black people went through and what illegals are going through right now. Because I assure you, it's night and day. All right? I could go off more and more about that. But I try not to be too repetitive all the time. I hope that you can see the common sense of what I'm saying. And if not, ultimately I don't care. I hate to be a dick, but it's the truth. I don't understand how we could protect and reward criminals with something that they don't deserve. Where is the Republican Party in all this? Again, I'm going to put my call out to the Republican Party, the mighty Republican Party, right? Republican Party is a crock, it's a sham, it's a shell. It's a wasteful collection of crap that pretends to be something that it isn't. All right? Again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Yes, I just went back on what I just said about being repetitive. When Barack Obama announced he was running for president, after saying he wasn't going to run for president, of course, he said he was going to be like Abraham Lincoln. And, he quoted Abraham Lincoln. He quoted Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Those are two people that I actually admire more than most. And the other is Thomas Jefferson. See, Thomas Jefferson was hated and thought ill of in the early days because he didn't have slaves. He had paid workers that he let sit at the dinner table with him and eat. He apparently slept with a black woman. Ooh. I mean, all these common sense things. And he was the first one to truly establish the difference of his ideology as compared to the mindset of what was. Abraham Lincoln, considered by most the godfather of the Republican Party. The Republican Party, Abraham Lincoln's view, his vision. We went to war to free people from servitude. That's the way it should be. He believed that everybody was equal and nobody was less than. I love that. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., you know what he was? He wasn't a Democrat. He considered himself a Republican. But you see, we've gone full circle. And now I know I'm breaking this down by parties, and I hate that. But Democrats call Republicans racist, the party of Hitler, all this other crap. And Republicans just, don't address it, don't address it, don't address it, don't address it. It's easier not to address it. You have history to support who and what you are and what you're about and what you stand for. Why not grow a set and defend what it's supposed to be, what the Republicans are? But they don't. They accept it. Do you see the problem? This all stems and this all spirals into, if you will, the problem at hand. That acceptance is just the new norm. I can't stress this enough that we have to be above titles and labels. We have to be something more than what we're told we're supposed to be. What is so wrong about that? Those noises you hear are my phone. It's my phone making noises. I apologize. It just happens. Anyway, this is what I'm about. This is what I'm getting to all the way around. Okay, this is my reason for being, if you will. I believe that the people have the power. I believe that people have a voice. I believe that in this day and age, we need to learn to accept people for who and what they are, rather than ridicule them for their belief structure, because who the hell are you and I to judge somebody else? I won't do that. If I want to call one of Barack Obama's things bullshit, I'm going to call it bullshit because I think it's wrong. But I'm not calling him. See, there's a difference. Do we make it personal or do we make it situational? What is it? What's acceptable? What's allowed? Why do we even have those questions? Understand something. Until we, the people, stand up and take back what is ours, we are never going to answer these questions. I'm not preaching this armed revolution. I know that pisses some people off. I think peaceful protest is our God-given right, and we have the ability in which to actually execute that. When the gun stuff was happening, and it still goes on, by the way, but nobody pays attention to that, the limitations on the Second Amendment rights, whatever. I see some people saying that we need to storm the state capitals with our guns and surround them. No. That's called giving them what they want. That's called being exactly what you're being labeled as, being about it. That's called stupid, all right? Common sense has to come into play somewhere, all right? Is it wrong of me to think that the people of this country are more important than what they're considered politically? That what group they're lumped into? Is it wrong of me to think that people are so much more than an affiliation? So much more than, whatever the hell you want to call it? Does that make me wrong? Apparently, to my many critics, yes. But I assure you that if I'm wrong, I'm okay with that. Because it's my belief that third world countries getting 1 million people in the streets and taking down their governments, and of course their governments open fire on them and try to kill them or whatever. You see, look at what they've done. Now, they had to go a different route because of militaristic regimes or whatever the hell you want to call it, dictators and blah, blah, blah. But nevertheless, third world countries are capable of doing such a thing. Meanwhile, there's only one country that actually has the constitutional God-given right to actually take back. Know the Constitution. We, the people, have the right to take back our country. I know some groups use that as a little slogan thing to try to galvanize the masses to get them more money, more money, more money, more money. But it's true, folks. It's true. We can actually do something if we so desired to. People say on Facebook and on Twitter how they want to save the world, they want to save America, they want to do this, they want to do that. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? You're saying things while toting a line. Blur that damn line. Be more than that. Be bigger than that. We are never going to move forward unless we start calling bullshit for bullshit and saying that we have collective individual rights. We have our own minds, our own beliefs. We are individuals. Until that day comes or whatever, we're going to fall in line whether we want to or not. Is that the life you want to live? Is this what you want? What's being thrust upon you? Is this it? It's easy to blame the left for everything. The right is just as guilty. And then it goes back to finger pointing. It goes back to this one that said this, but this one knows this, and this one's right, not this one. No. No, no, no. Middle ground. That, I call it a thin gray line. Aren't I so witty? The millions and millions and millions of people out there that feel as if they don't have a voice, that feel as if they don't matter because they choose not to subscribe to what they're told to subscribe to. I speak to all of you. I speak to you because I want you to know that it's okay to have your own thoughts. It's okay to actually be yourself. It's okay to liberate yourself, to find that sense of freedom. If anybody tells you that you're wrong for being you, look that person dead in the eye and tell them to go straight to hell because they don't own you. They don't control you. They don't live your life. They are not your gods. All right? You are in charge of yourself. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. When we do these rallies again, it's not just going to be anti-illegal immigration. And let me go back to that point too. I know I spoke about illegals again. I speak about illegals a lot. Why? The immigration enforcement movement, as they've called themselves, they don't like me. They don't like me at all because I hold events and we've gotten things done together. It's not me, it's us. And we've accomplished things together without using them, without getting rich off of them, without taking from them. We've made common sense points and we've gotten common sense resolutions. We've been capable of doing things that go against the grain. So therefore, they like to piggyback off of what we do. And if we don't let them, they'll attack us and call us this and call us that because we don't follow lockstep with them. I don't want to. Anybody that says they're for immigration enforcement, yeah, enforcing the laws already on the books would be a marvelous step in actually correcting some of the problems in this country. Yes, I believe that people that knowingly hire and house illegals, they should be charged because they're breaking the law, right? Isn't that treasonous almost? But listen, here's what it comes down to. They want to talk about immigration enforcement, let them do that all damn day. What it comes down to is a national security issue. That's what it comes down to. It's a national security issue. We have people in this country, we don't know who they are, we don't know what they're about, and they're raping our system. Is that a grotesquely vile word to use? And again, I call back too, and this goes beyond immigration or what I just spoke about. Food stamps, SSI benefits, disability. We have one of the most worthless titles all across this country, Inspector General. The Inspector General's office, right? They like to harass regular everyday people. But imagine if they did their job. And this is where I guess I piss people off. Do you know how many illegals are collecting disability benefits? Do you know how many illegals are collecting food stamps, whatever? It's pretty bad. But at the same time, do you know how many unnecessary people are collecting these same benefits? Do you know how many people, and this involves white trash, brown trash, black trash, all trash, people who knowingly manipulate a system because they're lazy, because they have no work ethic, because they know that they can. They take away money from you and I, which is why our SSI system is dying, which is why there is no future guaranteed. I don't have children, but for your children, if you do, nothing is guaranteed because we've let it run so rampant. What's wrong with requesting novel concept here, drug test? If you collect benefits, drug test people. There's one way of narrowing down the herd, so to speak. You see, people who need the help can't get the help because there's too many people who don't need the help using the system. Everybody knows it. And I'm sorry to some of my diehards, it's not just illegals. It's a lot more people than you really want to accept. Why? Why do we let this go? Why do we let this happen? We let our system, we let our country, we let these guaranteed benefits essentially be hoarded out, used, manipulated, and there's nothing left for the future. Why? Why? See, there's so many issues at play here. There's so many different things. 2014, when we do our rallies, and people say, what's a rally going to solve? Yeah, I know. But you know what? At least people are going to do something. We're going to do our something. And they're not going to go broke doing it. Because we don't need their money. Remember, the Bill of Rights doesn't have a price tag attached to it. Remember that always, okay? The Bill of Rights, our guaranteed rights have been bought and paid for time and time again by the blood of our heroes in the armed forces. For those who have sacrificed their life, their limb, their freedom, their everything, have given themselves up to fight for us, to fight for our freedoms, to fight for what makes this country what it is, makes it what people want to come to, want to flock to. We are a flawed, broken country, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are, but we are still the best country in the world, hands down, and I will not say anything otherwise. People have signed up to defend our very right to exist, to defend our rights. The least we can do is honor that sacrifice, whether you love or hate the military. We won't go there because I love them. That's just me. And there's a lot of things I could say that would make me, disingenuous and have a bad viewpoint of some of the things that have gone down. But you know what? No, I support every last damn one of our brave heroes that fight because they fight for something more. So the least we can do, the very minimal thing we can do, is stand up and execute our rights that we have as American citizens, that we have the right to peacefully assemble, freedom of speech. We have that right, whether you agree with what I'm saying or you disagree with what I'm saying. Who cares? Go out and hold our rally about everything that I completely disagree with. I still support you for the fact that at least you took that initiative. At least you're executing those rights. It's the very minimal of what we can do. It's the least of what we can do. If we don't execute these rights, they will be executed upon us. They will be stricken from us. They will be taken from us. And I'm not using hate mongering. I'm not using fear mongering. I'm using common sense, because if you pulled your head out of your asses long enough to realize this, our rights are being infringed upon every damn day, but people don't pay close enough attention to know what's going on. States' rights under attack. Second Amendment rights under attack. First Amendment rights under attack. People, we have to fight for what we have. If going and holding a rally and letting people be heard, it doesn't save the world, and people laugh at you because what are you really accomplishing? You know what we're accomplishing? We're letting people speak. We're letting people be heard, be seen. We're letting them do for themselves. We are gathering to make a point, to make an example, to execute our rights. It's the least we can do. We have to do something, and there's a better way. There's a better way, ladies and gentlemen. People need to realize this. Need to understand this. Need to embrace this. I assure you, I am something different. When the radio show comes back, yeah, I'm going to go back to the same format. We're going to have 2 other hosts on there. And they don't have the same beliefs that I have. Counter viewpoints, if you will. Good. Because we find common ground. We'll take the calls and listen to what you have to say, because what you have to say is important. If you come on there with, you know, your hate-laden bullshit, then yeah, I'm going to tell you what I think and hang up on you because you're stupid. This isn't about pointing the finger. This isn't about labeling. This is about a time to act, a time to be, a time to feel empowered once and for all. When everybody else says you can't, it's time to do. Because nobody can silence what's inside of us. Nobody has the right to hold us back, and that includes ourselves. We cannot hold ourselves back. If there's something that you want in this life, friggin' fight for it. Achieve it. Work at it. Suffer. Endure. Go for it. You have nothing to lose. You have a lot to lose if you so choose not to go for it, not to be who you want to be, to take what you want to take. If you hold yourself down, hold yourself back because you feel it's wrong, then you are denying yourself. And yes, I'm not talking about committing criminal behavior. I like how I do these little public service things here, all right? Common sense. And I think all of you out there listening, whether you like, hate, whatever, anything I'm saying, you understand that enough because you've taken the time to listen. And I see our listening audience has gone up even more. Welcome. Thank you. Again, understand, I'm not preaching at you. I want you to look inside yourselves and realize that you are better. You are better than what society tells you you are. You are better than that. Your thoughts, your words, your fears, your happiness, your everything matters. Fight to achieve it. Otherwise, shut the hell up and conform and be like the rest and take it when they screw you over more and more every second of every day. That is the reality of it. That is the truth. That is what we face now and what we will face going forward. Do you choose to be yourself? Do you choose to be what you want to be? Or do you choose to be a statistic? Do you choose to be part of the masses? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't come at you like some type of self-help guru, if you will. I'm not an inspirational speaker. I'm somebody who just wants to say what's on my mind, in my soul, and preach a little bit of common sense, and whether that hits you, whatever direction, that's on you. I mean, there's not much more I can do. Going forward, we're going to hold rallies. We're going to hold our events, and it's the America Rising Initiative. America Rising. I've spoken about this for years. It's finally going to come full circle. These rallies will be about what's wrong with this country. These rallies will be about what you fear. Will be about what's on your mind, in your soul, in your heart. But we're not going to sit here and doom and gloom it. We're not going to sit here and tell you how bad it is, and give us your money. Subscribe to what we do. Give us your membership. Give us your souls, and we'll try and we'll fight to fix it. No. We're going to talk about what's wrong. We're going to talk about common sense ways of achieving and overcoming these wrongs by finding it within yourselves. We're also going to talk about the greatness of what is and what we have and what we hold and what we hold sacred. Is that wrong? Maybe. It's not going to be about grandstanding, and it's going to be against the grain of what's considered acceptable, if you will. But that's what we do. That's what I do. That's what I'm about. So people can call me whatever they want to call me. They could be, reticent enough to say that I neither agree or disagree, but I'm going to start speaking up for myself. Do it. Do it. Submit to yourself and not an entity, not a way or a state of being. What's so wrong about that? This country has submitted itself to the United Nations. They basically and essentially control everything that we do. We've let our very independence and our very freedom and our very way of being fall. We've laid it down before the UN. Why? The national debt. We're in debt to all these countries, right? I've said this too, and I'm going to say it again. But 90% of those countries owe their very way of being, their freedoms, or whatever the hell you want to call it, to American boots on the ground and blood spilt. Yet, we owe them money. No. Debt paid. Have enough power. Be brazen enough to say that we are truly independent, and it starts with you and I. It starts with you standing up and realizing that what you say and what you think is important enough to be heard. That is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. Does that make any sense? Have I just spoken in circles for 103 minutes now? I don't know. All I know is this. I feel better because I've said what's on my mind. And yes, the podcasts are going to continue. The radio show is coming back. The website's going to launch. The radio station's going online. We're going to go back to doing the rallies. My goal is very large. It's easy to say, we're going to have a rally in D.C. Everybody come. Seriously? What I like to tell these people that have all these rallies in D.C., on like a Monday or a Tuesday, people work. People don't have enough money to travel across the country, all right? Wake up and realize. No, we're going to go everywhere we could possibly go and surround ourselves with a whole bunch of different intellectually individuals. Wait a minute, does that even make sense? Intellectual individuals? I don't know. It's just my cigarette went out. Listen, the rallies are important. The gatherings are important. The message we're going to put forward is important because it's different than everything else that's out there right now. I assure you of that. I'm different. You're different. We together are different. We don't have to follow blindly. We, rather, can lead the way. Do you choose to be a leader? Do you choose to do for yourself? or do you choose to be a follower? That's the question. We're going to have one more musical break here, and then I'm going to come back, do my final rant, and end the show. Make sense? Make sure that you do not live in denial. Do not deny who you are, what you feel. Do not deny yourself of the right, of the power of being you. Do not deny yourself of reality. Be back in 4 minutes. segue into denial there? Yeah. Aren't I so coy? Yeah. I'm trying to master the whole art of the whole radio thing. You know, listen, we we used to be on AM radio. We were all over the place, and the reason why we stopped that is because I don't like producers telling me what I can or can't talk about. So we kind of gave a big F you to them and did our own thing, took it online, blah, 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 blah. Lo and behold, I've never exactly mastered the whole art of the promo or the intro or this or that, but I'm just a regular person speaking to regular people, all of you. And to all of you people that are listening right now, again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am back with these podcasts, and Voice of the People USA is back with the radio shows. We're going to keep it going, and we're not going to stop. We're not going to relent. No more hiatuses. This is too important to me. And, you know, personal sacrifice aside, we've all sacrificed something to do something else that matters, and sacrifice is worth it. And, again, I can't tell you how much it does truly, truly mean to me to have, you know, the support and the listenership, if you will, of all you people there. And I don't know how you tolerate me. I don't know how you understand. I guess not understand. I don't know how you put up with my voice, because my voice is quite hard to tolerate. And I really don't mean to yell at you all the time. I don't. At the same time, I'm passionate. I'm very, very passionate. I'm passionate about what I think, what I feel, what I see, and what I hear from other people that feel as if they're being suppressed and oppressed, if you will. And I assure you that only you can break those chains. Only you can break those ties. Only you can make that feeling go away. And it starts with you. It starts with finding that power in yourself to stand up for what you believe in, to be something more. And that's something that I cannot stress enough to all of you. So to all the first time listeners, I hope you'll tune back. I hope you'll follow us. Here we go. Here, we'll do the plug now. Yeah, I love doing the plugs. On Spreaker, Spreaker.com/VOPUSA Radio, follow us. Follow what we do on Facebook, Voice of the People USA Radio fan page. Hit the like button. I promise you, I don't ever go on there and just randomly, put various postings on there and just overdo it. You'll know when shows are happening, and with the radio show coming back, you know who our guests are, what's going on. You also know where we're going to be with the rallies, things of that nature. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Spreaker, send me a friend request, Daniel Smeriglio on Facebook, or America Rising on Facebook. And the website, the actual website will be launched within the next couple of weeks. I like to take on a lot of things at once because I seem to operate better like that. I don't know. Call me strange, whatever. But, again, it's all too important to just let it go. It's all too important to not do something, and I will not be that person. I will not be the one who sits by and idly does nothing and accepts what I'm being told, accepts what I'm being force-fed. I will not be that person, and I know that you are not that either. You don't want to be that. You don't have to be that. And I'm here to tell you that you're more than that. The next podcast will probably happen later tonight. There's numerous actual issues that I want to go off on, and numerous actual things. This one was kind of a collection of everything. And I appreciate all of you that have tolerated it and put up with it long enough. And it is coming to an end. This is how I close out the show, by talking more. Isn't that fantastic? You think 2 hours of me talking would be enough, but no. I gotta go all out there and just, talk more. Yeah. It's just what all you great people out there want to hear, right? Nevertheless, I want you all to be a part of this. You want to email me, VOPUSAlive@gmail.com. Yes, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? VOPUSAlive@gmail.com. That's the email. And I've got a lot of emails on there. We will have different email addresses once the website is launched. But in the meantime, that's how you can get in touch with me. You have comments, or leave the comments on the wall on Spreaker. It's all cool. Hate comments, support comments, topics, issues, ideas, or just to tell me how the hell you're doing. I'm fine with any of it. I'm fine with all of it. So I ask you all to please continue to join me. And if nothing else, to get a laugh. Because there's not a lot of us out there that could actually do this and just rant on and on and on and on. So, you know, just go on these random things. So if you really don't like it, it's entertaining as hell, you know? But again, I cannot thank you enough for the first-time listeners. I hope I didn't scare you away forever. But if I did, well, then, you know, nothing I could do about that. But to my very, very few friends out there, I thank you for tolerating more of me in this fashion. And it's amazing because the podcast is one thing, the radio show is another thing, and then the rallies are another thing. It's like so many different facets. This podcast was created because I felt that on the radio show, even though we do like 3 hours live and then an hour of talking afterwards, you know, I felt like I still had more to say because this is what I do. This is what I believe. This is how I feel. And I was going to put it out there. That's why I started these podcasts. So thank you for bearing with me. And again, I will close out this show anyway on this one very simple thing that I've said 1,000 times. I'm going to keep saying over and over and over again. You matter. Your voice deserves to be heard. And I think you know that. I think you realize that. I think you see that for what it is. And again, this is our time. This is our moment in history. This is when we decide that we are going to take back what is ours. And that starts with our voice, with our feelings, with our emotions, with what we have inside of us. This is worth fighting for. Being who you are and being proud to be who you are and being a realist and not just a drone, not just a conformist, not just a follower. Being an individual, being a true individual is what matters first and foremost. Ladies and gentlemen, we have that power. We can and we will reclaim our very right to be. We will give a platform to what we feel is important because we owe ourselves that. We owe the honor and the memory of all those who have fought for us. We owe them that. Understand this country, yourselves, these issues, these thoughts, these fears, these concerns. This self-expression is worth fighting for. You are worth fighting for. All of it is worth fighting for. Believe it. Accept it. Realize it. Pull yourself away from the group and stand as a true individual. Be you. And nobody can judge you. Nobody can condemn you because you are being honest with yourselves. There is a way, ladies and gentlemen, there is a way to take back what was once so promising. And it starts with taking back ourselves, taking back our own sight, our own vision, our own emotions, our own feelings, our own right to be who the hell we are. It starts with that. Find that. Embrace that. Embrace you. Embrace yourselves. Accept who you are. And do not live in fear of standing up for yourself. I cannot hammer that point enough. With that, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for your tolerance, for your acceptance, for your hatred, for your support, for your non-support, whatever it may be. I thank you for at least checking out something different, for giving it the time of day. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate the moments that you share and that you spend actually participating in this, listening to this, being a part of this, messaging me, emailing me. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. It's time for everybody else to hear you. Thank you all. And as always, God bless America. Was that presidential sounding? Honestly, though, folks, I thank you. And I will be back soon. I will be back later. Again, follow us on Spreaker, like us on Facebook, whatever it may be. Join us. I'm going to end with 2 songs, and I will speak at you all again soon. Remember, this is our time, our destiny, our future, our moment. Take it. Own it. Be about it. As always, let's roll. Talk soon.